dream, man. Living the dream. All right, we should be logging on live here just a second.
So you can use Zoom to go live on Facebook?
Yeah, it's sweet, man.
I did not know that. It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, they just added it.
That's a good feature. So you can use Zoom to go live on Facebook?
Yeah, it's sweet.
I did not know that. It's pretty cool, man.
Just added it. All right, now I got to switch back over. Hey, I think we can see both of us now. Let's do this. Are we alive, Zach? Look at there, look at there. I think we're on. You see my pretty face? Oh, you just went. Your camera went bye-bye.
Oh, no. Is that better?
Yep. And you, yep. So cool. Now, have you? Man, we're in a treat today.
Baby. I'm beautiful.
So, I'm going to introduce you guys to Chad Smith. He's a wrestler, so he has that wrestler attitude. He's. I
think I had it before wrestling.
Dude, we need to do a Facebook Live on your wrestling match you got coming up. You have coming up.
What? I think you might have that, so I'll send you a link to it.
That'd be awesome.
Oh,
so what do you do? Is that why your retention rate's so high? Do you hold them in a headlock if they try to leave? What's up?
Hey, listen, you can't leave or else you get power drivers.
Power drivers.
Yeah. You leave to get power drivers.
Is the sound coming good over there? Can you hear him? Okay, cool. I got Zach over beside me. Now, you know, when we go around your gym, you can change it to the rear-facing camera. So while I'm talking, you can figure out how to do that.
I'm not sure how to do that. Let's see.
All right, so while he's doing that, welcome, everybody. I'm glad you decided to chime in. Looks like we're going to have a few more on this week. We had last, and each week it should build and build and build. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Jerry Martin. Been in the fitness industry for 15 years. In the last, about 11 years, but the last 15 years, I've owned and operated over 30 different locations with some amazing partners, including my partner Joey and my wife. We put on a fitness and retention conference every year, starting last year. This year's in Atlanta, Georgia. And Chad is going to be one of our speakers there. He was recommended to us because of his retention rate, his great attitude, and because he loves himself so much. That's why too. So
I love you more.
I love it. I'm glad you do. At 205 pounds and nothing but rip still. I hope you love me. So if you want some information about the Fitness and Retention Conference, it's a must-see, especially if you're in the business, because there's not many conferences out there speaking on retention. And this is an elusive thing that nobody can get a grasp except for Chad. Very select people. Also, if you're on the MyFit Members page, if you want to learn a little bit more about MyFit Members, which I got to show you, Chad, see if it's something you want to use in your gym. But there's a video at the top of the page, that tells you about the MyFit Members and how it actually will teach your clients nutrition. So that's enough about me. Let's talk about Chad Smith. So, Chad, let me get this right. You're Fitness Revolution. That's your
yes, sir.
Been in business in that location for about 2.5, 3 years.
Yeah, we're on our third year now, so almost 4 years.
Almost 4 years, and your retention rate is 95%.
You know, and it wasn't always that way. You know, we got that by doing a couple of things really well, and recognizing what we weren't doing well, what was causing a little bit of a higher churn than we wanted, right? And so, you know, I mean, that's the first step, is just identifying if you have a churn, what's behind it, man. So you have to have a really good analysis of your business and then figure out, what steps to take to close that gap.
Yeah, it's all a learning process. And as you are in business longer, what's good about you've learned it. When did you start having your success in retention? About how many years ago or how many months ago? Or
after our first year at our facility, we decided that we needed to make some changes in our team. My wife is my partner, and we learned in our first year, the biggest lesson that we learned in our first year was to hire better. Hire better. So when we changed up some people on our team, brought in some made our barrier of entry higher. You know what I mean?
Yep.
As far as the application process and as far as having a strict probationary period and a period of where they get intense training, and just finding the right person that A, we like, B, knows and respects our culture, and C, is wanting to help us grow, and not just come for a paycheck. So those were the important criteria that we had to integrate when we decided that we needed to get a better team.
I love it. And what I find, and most people are scared to do that and hire better than what they are, because you're like, well, what if they steal my clients, or what if they do this? And that's living in fear. If you live in fear, you're never going to go anywhere. So, right. And like you said, making sure they're a good fit, because they're like family. You with them every day. You don't want to be like that weird reunion where you go to and Cousin Joe's over there. You want to stay away from them, so you want to make sure that you make with them. We actually got to the point where we were actually when we interviewed somebody, and their next step was to, all right, we want to have lunch or dinner with your spouse, because we don't know what crazy's behind door number 2. You know what I mean? So we want to make sure that spouse is on board. And even in that situation, the spouse doesn't meet the owner, and they hear from and so they don't know until they actually meet and touch and then not touch. We don't do that. It's kind of weird, but you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm glad you said that. Hey, see if you can turn your phone sideways, see if that makes you a widescreen. I'm not getting that big chest like I want to get there. Damn, there it is.
That better?
And I got to stand up, flex a little bit. Anyways,
well, I have a nice wide angle lens, so I look a little wider than I am. I like that. I like that view.
You like that? That's the only reason you did the interview, right? You said, can it be wide?
Exactly. I wore my medium shirt for you.
It's medium. I wear medium.
It's my special camera shirt. You know what I mean?
I love it. So, dude, take us, flip the camera around, if you don't mind. Take us around your gym. I want to check it out and see what you got going on there, and then we'll talk about your retention.
All right. Well, this is our award-winning garage door right here. This is probably the highlight of our facility is our garage door. And we have coffee right here. Coffee changed our business, man. Free coffee. It was amazing what happened there. Well, this is the training center.
Well, hold on. I got a question about that, because we've kicked around the idea of putting coffee in. So you find that actually was a help and people actually use it?
Hey, you know what? All joking aside, it just adds to it. It's like, okay. Nobody. We actually went for a training at Robert Sherman's spin studio in DC a couple of years back, and it always struck us that after every session, he always asked his clients if they wanted an espresso or if they wanted a coffee, and we thought that was a nice touch. So it's just those little things that. I think that people appreciate that other quote unquote gyms don't do. You know what I mean? So they want to sell you everything. They want to sell, but it doesn't really cost us a lot to have coffee here, right? So we have coffee and tea.
I love it. Good idea. All right, cool. That's a good idea people can take home with them. So go ahead.
This is our training center right here. This is our training. Now we are a FitRanks affiliate. So my man Nick Ryans is going to be speaking at the conference also, and we've been using his system since the first version of the test, and we're on version 3 now. So it's been a long time. So we've seen every meaning of it. So what happens is that instead of having to guess how fit your clients are, or you tell them how fit they are, we actually have the FitRank system allows you to know how fit you are, because there's 8 levels of fitness testing that encompass strength, conditioning, kettlebell skills, and just guts.
Wow.
So all of our training sessions they revolve around either levels 1 to 3, or our advanced sessions revolve around levels 4 to 7.
Oh. And stop right there. So you actually have 2 different training sessions going on for your.
Yep, we have our beginner/intermediate and our advanced session. So once you pass level 3, you qualify for our advanced sessions.
Dude, I love it. So it pushes somebody to keep reaching a goal. Now, what happens when somebody gets to level 8? Or do they just take over your gym and run the place? Or what happens?
Well, I mean, you pretty much get a financial stake in the gym because now you're a superhuman.
Gotcha.
Now, you know what, though? There are literally less than, I think, 6 level 8s in the world.
Oh, really?
Yeah, especially that was even before the new test. I think there were like 10 before or 11 in the entire world. Because the level 8 test, you have to do all 7 level tests with about between 2 to 7 minutes between them. You get less time to rest the further down you go. So it's about a 3.5 hour test, man. It's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous.
So I'm gonna have Nick on the show in the next week or so. So I need to find out if he's level 8. If he's actually
No, he hasn't passed. He has not passed his own level 8 test yet. He has not. Hey, well, now every 6 weeks we train in 6-week blocks. So every 6 weeks we have a scheduled test day. So right now you see everyone that we have on board. So this is where the competition begins, because it all begins on test day. So our coaches, not our clients, put names on the board. This is the big board of testing, right? So when you're ready, you get tested. Now you see right here. Sometimes we may have a certain requirement, like an asterisk. So this might be, I need to see your kettlebell swings, or I need to see your pull-ups. You know what I mean? To make sure that so you're qualified, but I want to review one thing with you. You know what I mean? So people can look on the board every month and they'll see if they're in line to test, right? And then they get a formal invitation to test. And then on test day, the magic happens. So strength, conditioning, kettlebell lifting. So it all goes down right here, and it's a big old event because we do it in groups, and it's a huge crowd here, man. Everyone is cheering each other on. Everyone is pushing each other. It's the biggest support group I've ever seen in my entire life. And I was in pro wrestling. I was in competitive powerlifting, right? So I'm familiar with those kind of situations. But you know as well as I do, a lot of our clients have never had that experience. Mm-mm. They've never had tested. They never had a competition day.
And so and people cheering them on. The people cheering them on it takes it to another level. I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah, I mean it's awesome. We do it up. We have bagels and fruit. We make it a big event, man. Like it's big time. And then when they pass their test, they go on the Wall of Fame. This is our Wall of Fame.
Love it. I love it. Okay.
Yeah. So everyone goes to the Wall of Fame, and they get a nice achievement certificate also that they can frame at their house. It's signed, it's stamped, it's really official looking, right? So that's what happens. So that's every 6 weeks we have test day. It's competitive, but it's friendly competitive. Everyone is cheering each other on. There's a lot of smack talk that goes on. A lot of smack talk that goes on, within the test, and it's awesome. Now, something that we introduced a couple of months back right here, this is our MyZone performance monitoring system. If you've never heard about it, it uses heart rate to tell you how hard you're actually working in the workout. So if there was a group here, you would see a bunch of tiles on this board, right. And each tile would have percent of maximum heart rate. It would have your current heart rate, calories burned, and it would also have how many points you've earned, because every minute that you spend in one of these heart rate zones earns you a certain amount of points. Okay? Gotcha. So while they're training, it gets competitive also, because now people want those points, right? And every month we have a leaderboard, which you'll see here in a second. This is our advertiser, but you'll see a leaderboard pop up, and it's got the top 20. It's got the current top 20 of points earners, or they're called MEPs, MyZone's effort points, right? So here's the current leaderboard. And there is so much smack talk right now. It's ridiculous. People are getting these points, and they're talking about taking somebody out. They're talking about taking her out because she's number one almost all the time, man. She kills it. So there's some plotting and planning between 2 and 5 that are planning on taking her out. So I got to keep her safe. I gave her fair warning.
All right, so I got a few questions. One question, I was trying to find a pen so I can write down questions. The first question I have is, some of our clientele are just 40, 30, 40, 50 pounds overweight. Do you have clients like that, and how they respond to the system?
Oh yeah, they love it. Oh yeah, they love it because all of our training sessions, it's like I said, it's competitive, but it's not like like a CrossFit competitive, to where I'm like, I got to get better than you. No. Our culture is let's all get better together.
I love it, dude.
You know what I mean?
Love it. Yeah.
So let's compete in that way. Let's see how far we can all get.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So everyone, it's real cool because a lot of the vets, they'll take the rookies under their wings, man. And I always pair up one vet with one person who's been here for less than 6 weeks. Perfect. So on the first day, they're paired up with somebody to make sure, that they don't feel like they're by themselves. I always want them, and everyone introduces themselves to everybody at the beginning of every session. I'm like, hey, if you don't know somebody, look around and introduce yourself to somebody that you don't know.
I love it. Yeah, it's kind of what we have going on, but I love the competition part of it. While we got a little quick break here, commercial time. Commercial time. Hey, if you're watching, please comment. I don't care what you say. You can say, hey, you're bald head, and be careful. Because the more you comment, the more Facebook recognizes this and helps share it with other people. You know that. Like, love. We want to keep this going. We want more owners to see this because we are spreading knowledge across the nation. And when you can go in somebody's club and pick a brain like this big guy right here, it's invaluable. Most people have to go to conference after conference to learn stuff like this. So definitely, give me all the love you can. If you want to be on our email list and want the first early bird tickets to the conference, Zach's put that below. He's over here beside me. He may pop his head in every now and then and keep me on track. So I just want to say that. I got one more question for you. The heart rate monitors, who buys those? I know they're like, and how much? Oh,
the clients buy them. Of course, we have our retail price, of course. The monitors themselves, they retail at $150, but if you get it in your first 4 weeks as a new member, you can get it for $99 in your first 4 weeks.
Well, I know. We had a system. What was it called? Pulsar, maybe. Polar. Thank you. Their straps is only like $49, but I don't know why they're not hitting the market as hard as the MyZone. So
it's been around for a long time, man. But the MyZone system is specifically made for gyms. Okay. Because as soon as they walk in, hang on a second, let me show you something. So I don't know if you can see right up top here where that wire is hooked up.
Yeah.
You see that wire right there? Well, that's a Bluetooth receiver. So the minute you walk into the club, your tile appears right on our screen.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So the minute you walk in, so it's made for gyms and clubs. So it's not really made for the general public. It's pretty much sold through gyms and clubs like ours.
Gotcha. And the monitors just wear around your waist. Is it?
Nope, yep, right around the old, on the old rib area.
Gotcha. Cool. All right.
So we hold them accountable because you have points goals. So if you come to me, hey, Chad, you know what? I didn't really lose a whole lot of weight the past 2 weeks. What can we do? Well, let me log into my system and let me see how many points you've earned for the past 6 weeks. Because how many points they earn directly ties into how hard they're actually working out. So if your goal is 2,000 points and you've only got about 1,000 and you're halfway through the month, man, you better step it up. You know what I mean?
Right. So you don't have any people that just says, I can't do this. And these people are crazy, want me to push me all the time. Nothing like that.
Of course. Okay. Oh, yeah. We just keep on pushing right through it. It's okay. Don't worry about it. We say it's lots of encouragement, man, because we're like, listen, if you can't do this, then do this. I mean, as well as I do, the power is in the regression. We make sure that because I have a cousin in the NFL, and he comes in and he works out with us in his off season. He's right here. He's right here in our group, working out with everybody else. You know what I mean? But the workout scales for his level, and we can scale it back, for somebody who's not anywhere near on his level. You know what I mean? Makes sense?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, definitely. It's modification. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but also once a month we have a challenge workout once a month. So we make it real competitive, man. So once a month we have a challenge workout, and it's the most sick, twisted possible workout that we can come up with, right?
Like what?
The most depraved, evil, just for the people, it gets their fix. Or you're like, you know what? I want to get my butt kicked. Well, typically, we're not in the butt kicking business, but once a month, come on in. Come on in, and we'll show you why you don't want to train like that every day.
That's awesome.
So
how many people you have? Yeah, how many you got? Go ahead.
No. I'm saying, so they come in and, we'll use heart rate points. We'll use who we think was the MVP, who worked the hardest. And, we give away prizes. We have a network of business partners that we work with here in the area. They give us prizes to give away, like massages and water therapy sessions, chiropractic. So we have a bunch of that stuff, man, that we hand out, as prizes, just to encourage them to work hard while they're here, and they love it. A lot of folks said that is some of their favorite things on those challenge days.
And so basically what you've went over, everything that you just talked about, is your key to retention. Or is there anything else that we're missing?
Well, having a good staff, man. Our assistant is amazing. She's our front line. Our assistant is our front line. So you got to have somebody who's the point of contact, who's going to be an awesome point of contact. And we found that when we really we were looking for that right, because the last one that we had, she was okay, but she wasn't that right fit, that exact right fit. Right. So we pulled somebody from our membership and say, hey, listen, we want you to apply for this job. So we got a lot of applicants for the job. Our application process is an online form. You have an essay to write. You have to mail it. You have to mail it with a cover letter, right, in a specific order that you want it mailed to us, in a specific kind of envelope on a certain kind of paper. So we can no, you think I'm lying. But
no, I love it, though, because if they didn't follow instructions, they're not good for you. I love it. Oh, wow. I love it.
She did everything right. She came in for the interviews early, and so she got the job. And we haven't regretted since. She's amazing, So you got to have the right team in place, and you got to keep your members engaged. We keep our members engaged through competition and through events, and because some folks have left, but they've come back because nobody else does anything near what we do here. So they miss it.
I was fixing to ask you for the hiring that thing, but I don't know. Maybe we need to put it on. I'll tell you what, you guys, whoever is interested in that, when you put your email in, I'll see if I can get Chad to send that to us of specifically what they're hiring in the specific envelope and what font to write it in and what color paper and what hand you used and whatever. But I like that because if somebody follows instructions or not. And that's the key thing, is you want somebody to follow basic instructions.
Attention to detail. If you can't get this right, how in the world can I trust you with my members? Keeping their schedules right and keeping their billing right. I can't.
Yeah, I bet it's fun when opening some of them and the conversation you have going, can you see what they wrote it on a whatever they wrote it on, they didn't even follow instructions.
Well, great. So, when they get done, sometimes, I'll put the ad out and I'll provide specific instructions of what I want you to do. And they still call. I'm like, well, you're already disqualified. I mean, you can't even read. You're already out. Or they send me a message. God. I'm like, dude, you already failed. You already failed.
Do you tell them that?
Oh yeah. I'm like, no. It was right there. Everything was detailed, and you still failed.
Oh wow! I love it, dude. Cool. I don't want you to spill all the beans. You got to save some for the big show. So.
Yes, sir.
So the take-home points I have for your retention is coffee.
Coffee is important.
Coffee is important. Number one. 2, employees.
The right team.
The right team. And I love the way you pair people up. That's so important. We do that too. We always have, we call them pay it forward coaches that that really take that new person in under their wing and help change somebody else's life, because that's what it's about. Once you change something in your life, you can help somebody else. It builds that fire.
Hey, have you ever read the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People?
No, give me 7 Habits. Let me write it down.
The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It's by Stephen Covey. And one of the points in the book is you learn by teaching. So we try to empower a lot of our vets, to kind of be like a co-coach along with the coach of the session, So that's why it's important that we pair up some of our vets with our newbies, because honestly, all 3 of our coaches have been members before they were even employees.
Perfect.
So if you're not hiring from your member base, you're missing out, because who better will be loyal to your company than someone who you've helped, change their life.
You're exactly right. I tell people the best employees are from within your company, because they know it. They know your culture. They know. Yeah. We'll put that book, title that book in the comments, because I definitely want to read it. I've been reading a lot of books. Do you get your members to read that, the ones who's stepping up, or is that what do you do for them as far as is it compensation on their membership, or is it just something they just do? How do you get them to step up and be a mentor or a leader?
Well, we know who we can ask, and we look at the ones who are already kind of naturally doing it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, who do we see on a regular basis who's stepping up and helping out? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If someone is having difficulty, who's already helping us? Right. And those are the ones, that we tend to pair the newbies up with, the ones who've been with us for a while, and they know, how to do the exercises, and they can kind of help us a little bit, you know what I mean? So then that frees up the coach to get to more people, you know what I mean? Because we know that these 2 over here, they know what they're doing. You know what I mean? So, we're confident that we can put this new person in their hands for the next 3 minutes. You know what I mean?
Right. Perfect. Now, do you incentivize them anyway, or gift cards, or they just love doing it?
No, they just love doing it.
That's awesome.
They love doing it.
Perfect.
Like I said, that's the culture, man. It's always, what can we do better together?
Is that a message that you give, like when somebody's first starting, say, hey, this is our culture. This is what, once you progress, we may come to you and ask you to be a leader, or is it just happens organically?
Oh, no, that's definitely something that we talk about all the time. It's awesome. Especially within the team also, as we talk about, we're trying, it's not about me, Chad Smith. It's not about my wife, Kat Smith. It's not about individual coaches. It's about our members first, right? It's about taking care of them, making sure that they get the best possible world-class experience that they will ever have or ever have had, right. and also make sure that they understand, that you're here for yourself, but not by yourself.
Right.
Everybody here, including that person beside you, is going to help you move forward. Because you know as well as I do, why is Weight Watchers so successful? Because of community, the power of the group. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah, power of the group. And we have a very active community page on Facebook. We tend to regularly have member events so that people can meet each other and hang out. There's been some really cool friendships made here that have lasted years, man. It's awesome.
I love it. Yes, because that's what we're out preaching, and I want to definitely add this is, when people look at these facilities like yours, they go, no, it's an exercise facility. It's, no. That's a community of people. How do you foster that community of people? And,
right.
And so, what you're doing is empowerment, which is very important. Leveraging people and teaching them how to help others. Man, you're hitting all the right buttons there, and I love it. Most owners are afraid to ask their members for help or ask them if they want to help, but they don't understand the members want to help. They want to help. Yeah. They want to. Just give them permission to do it, and they will change your culture, your club, and make it a lot easier on you, because there's
everybody wants to feel everybody wants to feel important and they want to feel needed. You know what I mean?
my
So,
God.
what better way to inspire people? How do you retain your members, but you make them feel like they're an important part of your business?
Oh man, have you ever?
It's like, hey, I need you. You know what I mean? It's like, oh man, I can't. You know how many times I've heard, well, you know what? I wasn't going to come in today, but Christy told me she was coming, so I wanted to come for her. You know what I mean? Or I wasn't going to come, but Dave said he's going to be here, so so I came because I knew Dave was going to be here, so I wanted to be here for him. You know what I mean?
So I'm curious. Do you know about the 6 Basic Needs by Tony Robbins?
Yes.
Dude, you're hitting 3 of them. And I tell people, if you can hit 2 out of the 6, you got them. And of course, Tony Robbins tells you to. So your significance, what you're talking about, making them feel important, feeling needed and loved. So that's 2 right off the bat. And then contribution is the 3rd or 4th. So you're definitely hitting it. And that, if you really start studying the 6 human basic needs and really get into, if you can hit 2 to 3 of them, you got members for life. You got your wife for life. You have people in you. So that's what I'm really dipping into and learning more about is really tapping into them basic needs of a human being, because it's right. They want to feel needed. They want to feel important, and they want to help. So you have everything that they need there.
There it is. I mean, and honestly, listen, don't tell my son this, like, keep this quiet, right?
You're on Facebook Live.
So that's what these big gyms aren't doing right. No, they're not doing it right. That's why micro gyms like mine are doing so well, because the big gyms, it's a contract mill. You go in, you sign up, and you never talk to a manager ever again. You never talk to them again. You never see them again. They're real nice to you. Until you sign that dotted line, and then it's, hey, how many referrals can you give me? How many have you earned?
You just described me, man. I used to own some Anytime Fitness clubs, and there you go. Thanks a lot. But yeah, I actually realized that, and that's one of the reasons that we jumped ship. Is like, dude, I can't help 1,600 people.
I mean, it's impossible. You can't do it.
And then we had 6 clubs. I'm like, now we're talking about 5,000-6,000. They're just you can't.
Yep.
And
I've been there too. I used to manage for 2 big change here in Maryland, Meredith Athletic Clubs and Washington Sports Clubs, and that was the biggest frustration for me was that nobody was really being helped. It was all about sell, but nobody was really getting helped, and that's why they accepted 20% churn. Like, that's what they wrote into their budget. They knew they were going to lose at least 20% of their members, and they accepted that. I can't accept that. I mean, if I lose 20%, man, I'm not doing good work.
Our attrition rate, which is, you flip down to retention, attrition rate, we always shot for 50%, dude. And if you're doing 50 and above, 60%, you're doing good in that industry. So yeah, I get it. So cool, man. You gave us a lot of information. A couple things I want to wrap it up with. Nick Rhines is going to be on in the next week or 2. I got to look at my calendar so he can teach you all about Fit Ranks. And if not, you can definitely jump on his website and check it out. He's going to be speaking at the conference.
And I'm going to give you a warning. It may not be NSFW, so I'll give you a warning for Nick.
What is it?
It may not be, and he may not be 100% NSFW. He may not be safe for work, so you better turn those speakers down a little lower if you're.
Oh goodness, really? Yeah, he's a little, yeah. So yeah, it's a beep beep beep. Anyway, and let's see what else. Oh, do you mind giving out that your admin sent us that how to what your requirements are to hire somebody? That you get them to go.
No, don't mind at all. No, I mean, just let me know how we can get it out there.
Yeah, if she could, I'll message you. And you guys, if you want it, jump onto the link below, put your email in. It's going to get you into the conference mailing list. You're going to get weekly reminders about these interviews. We'll send out by Chad gracious enough to give that to us to get that. And so you guys can really start hiring some qualified people to help lead your team and change people's lives. So I love it. I really appreciate that. I'm excited to meet you in person. How tall are you? You're 205 pounds, what, 6 foot, what?
Dude, I'm 5'9".
No way. Oh crap. You're wider than you are tall. Dang. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to buy you a steak dinner when we're there. Okay. Cause I'm going to keep you my friend.
You know what? I like that. You know what? Now we're friends again.
Do what?
Now we're friends again. I was going to power drive you. Now we're friends again.
Wow. Hey, well, I wonder if we can put on like a little exhibition wrestling match. If we say wrestling here in the South,
oh man,
wrestling match.
You don't want that guy, man. Yeah, you don't want that guy at your conference. You don't want that guy. You want this guy.
Okay. Well, this is for after. I made for the after party. We want the other guy.
Hey, listen, get a couple of drinks and you never know what might happen. You never know.
Oh no. All right, man.
You never know what might happen.
Thank you very much. It's been great. If you want to copy the video, let me know, or you can just actually take it off Facebook page. It's there. So, yeah, thank you for joining us. Hey, guys, thank you for tuning in. Remember, comment, share, push us out to all your friends. That way the other club owners can take advantage of these great conversations we have with people, amazing people like Chad. And other than that, I think we're going. Chad, you want to say your goodbyes and maybe do an.
Hey, listen, here's the thing. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. I want you to come down to Atlanta and come see us. I want to hang out. I want to shake hands, and I want to help you guys grow your business by keeping more of it. All right? So check us out.
Awesome. I love it. All right. Thank you very much. We're out. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Boom.
Boom.